So, uh, as a step back from things, Ulan,
Hello.
you've been practicing, be it not as well, unfortunately, as some of your friends, uh, Shay. You've been studying under the teachings of the three seniors, going through the practices. You've now actually started working a little bit more with the metallurgy teacher of the Master of the Forge, um, to get a little bit more into what you haven't really experienced too much is, well, working with metals and being more malleable. Uh, while you're doing this, you notice that there are some interesting guests that have been that have entered the temple.
Okay.
Um, you saw a glimpse of them. One without, one with a hood of dark purple that seemed to be covering both the head and the rest of the body. Relatively short, about 5'6". With you managed to know. Actually, what's your passive perception?
Not very high. My passive perception is 12.
12. Okay, you wouldn't notice apart from that. The other one, however, is very open, as the only thing about is a cloak of, you can tell, definitely a wolf pelt. However, the chest is mostly exposed, and so is one arm, and covering a good section of the torso as well as the rest of the body is this leathery material that's been kind of overwoven in strips. And you can see on one of his arms is not really a gauntlet, but most looks like a wrist cover. You've seen this because obviously from the temple of as a dragon, where archery is very much a thing. And you can see he has a wrist guard, which is very much what's used in archery. However, the strange thing is his hair color. He is a human male, which is normal. You've seen bunches of those. However, his hair, which is dark black, with slick back, there is very obvious streaks of white in it. One that falls down to the side of his face, and another one that goes back into his hair. And he doesn't look old. He looks easily early 30s, at most.
Okay.
Which is definitely odd, because you know humans, and Aaron doesn't have white hair. And
True, but he's the kind of human that die anyway, so.
that is true. And they do actually speak with both Ket, and they do speak with Desmi as well, as they seem to be collecting supplies. And you're with Shay at this point, as well as Fen, who seems to be quite friendly, both chatting with Shay, which surprisingly has made her very open, and she talks, which is strange. It is in a different language, which is the off-putting thing, but she's talking.
I'm gonna, like, stay slightly back from that conversation, because obviously it's not meant for me. And I'd like to sort of covertly watch the new arrivals.
Alright, covertly, give me a stealth check. Mr. Covert. Mr. Splinter Cell. Solid Snake.
Wow, that was terrible.
Most of the monks, yeah, no issue. They don't seem to be paying too much attention of anyone already watching them.
The guy with the bow stuff, can I see his bow?
As you're actually going to keep an eye out and kind of survey, yes, you do notice on his back is a very dark wooden bow with detailing of what looks like some type of metal, at both the handle and at both edges. The edges are the interesting part, as they definitely seem to have detailing of lightning, as bolts that seem to have the kind of jagged with a tip on each end. And pretty sure he kind of looked in your direction briefly, kind of raised an eyebrow before finishing his talking with Desme. And then he walks up, strolls up really, as well as the hooded figure that follows him, kind of rushed, a little bit of a hesitation, and then immediate following behind him. And yeah, you can notice at least you're pretty decent in understanding like strange figures. You can tell this is definitely a female figure. That's about it. You can tell from the height.
Under the hood.
Yeah, from the height, the way that the person's walking. I'm pretty sure it's female. And as he strolls up, he's definitely smaller than you still. He's only about 5'12". And he looks up towards you. He's like,
when you say 5'12", do you mean 6 foot?
yeah, 6 foot. 5'12", 6 foot, same number really.
Okay.
I don't know my inches. Give me a break. I use meters. I know it's terrible. But yeah, he kind of strolls up and just he's just like viewing you. It's just like there isn't much of a change in his facial expression. He's just like eyes open, and the eyes as he gets closer is very strange. You've seen quite a numerous amount of different colors, but these are unnatural. That is kind of very much bright green with tints of both orange and bright turquoise blue in parts of them. And it's hard to tell because there's still a bit of a distance, but you're pretty sure it's kind of shifting ever so slightly. And then he finally puts out a hand. How do you do, Mr. Dragonborn? I noticed you. Ulan.
Takes hold of it really firmly and says, Ulan, pleasure to meet you.
Ha ha ha. And he just has this kind of really wide smile, which is kind of unnerving. And he's just looking at you, and then turns behind. And then looks back at you, as he kind of turns to the cloaked figure, and then looks back at you. I would not believe it. Ulan, I'm sorry. I never get the chance to really meet anyone that's talked about so much. I'm Booker of the Hawkstride family from the north of Berlin.
All right.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I've actually heard quite a few things from various people, actually. One is my companion, and he kind of points a hand towards the cloak figure, who under it is kind of shuffles forwards a little bit, and then you hear a familiar voice. You're not really sure from where. Ulan, it's surprising to see you here. I didn't think I would see you after I managed to get out of that temple from back then.
Oh god, I'm having such a brain fail. Can I roll to see if Ulan's better at remembering names than I am?
Sure. As she takes off the hood, and you see long blonde hair that's been pulled back.
God, what was her name? Is that intelligence, I guess?
Yeah, intelligence. If you have proficiency in history, sure.
I don't have proficiency in history, and Ulan's terrible with names as well. Gonna see. Oh, hi there, you. It's really nice to see you again. How have you been?
Yes, Delilah. Sherwood.
Right, yeah. Sherwood, of course.
Yes, you saved me. Remember?
Of course. We were supposed to come visit you. We got sidetracked.
Yes. And considering what happened in the capital, I can understand you may have been busy with other things.
Yeah, well, I mean, more happened than you're probably aware of, I'd wager. We're
Well,
here for slightly different reasons, but, you know.
after I depart from dealing with the cults, I managed to get some assistance from the elves of the area. There we managed to quell another group. After heading back, I actually spoke with Master Hawkstrad here. He's...
Was that Hawkstride?
Hawkstrad. Kind of like Strad.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I've got
Hawkstrad.
and funny eyes written in my notes, so I was close.
Yeah, that sounds like Ulan. Master Hawkstrad is friends with interesting people who have been dealing with things like this for a while. And considering what you and the rest of the friends, which I think you call yourselves the Broken Compass, yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Catchy name.
It is. Ours is unfortunately far too old to be catchy. What? May I ask what you're doing here? I thought you were traveling.
Well, we travelled to get here, that's for sure. Do you remember Ithamor, the elven knight of Kelimvor?
Yes, I do remember him kicking me.
He may have got a wee bit abducted. So we came...
Oh.
Yeah, we came here to rescue him.
And were you successful? Is he here?
We were successful in rescuing him.
Okay.
But we sort of stumbled across a wee bit of a dodgy situation with the drow. Demon summonings, apparitions of lolth, like tidal waves of spiders, and now they've all gone off down into the underneathy parts.
Then the fact that he called me as well.
I'm here doing my monkey business instead.
Instead? Meaning they left you here?
This is the one of the other temples in my belief structure, and I'm spending a wee bit of time getting to know the practices and techniques of a different order, honing my skills and whatnot.
And you kind of... Do you have like a handout after you were shaking his hand?
Oh no, I'm still holding his hand.
Okay, yeah, no, he grabs your hand with both hands.
Yeah.
I admire that sort of thing. Improving yourself, making yourself better for a greater cause. I admire that.
It's a mix of greater cause and personal cause. I mean, I recently encountered the mother that I'd never met and found out about my father, and apparently I'm not entirely
He's
blue.
just like super shaking his head, just like, I totally get it, type of thing.
And
Yes.
so it's
Yes.
self-discovery for the betterment of everything.
As a member of the Mistwatchers myself, I have mostly a duty to protect the land, but it is a personal chance for me to help both myself and others, and that is why I'm here. I was here to get some supplies before heading down, but I have met you, and apparently Miss Sherwood knows of you as well. She was my first contact of hearing about you after your events. And
Can I do a quick history check on Mistwatchers? Because it sounds familiar to me, but I don't know if it's familiar to me or familiar to Ulan.
it would probably only be familiar to you. I haven't brought it up anywhere else, but sure. Considering you are from the mountains. 14. The only time you've probably heard this is from your seniors of the temple.
Okay.
As the colonies of the Azure Drake cover most of the mountain range that travels along the spine of the Red Ridge Mountains. To the far north, on the edge of the continent, there is a boundless mountain range which stretches into the sea and to the ice, which is completely covered in mist. And there have been many stories of what comes from them.
Okay. Well, it's certainly an honour to meet a Mistwatcher, that's for sure.
Well, and he kind of takes a step back. I'm kind of just supporting at the moment. My father and my elder brother are the ones that really are in charge. I'm mostly a free hand. Although, from what I've been hearing, and what you've said about strange apparitions and rifts and demons, I think I'm needed here.
Well, I certainly won't turn away a friendly face and a helping hand, that's for sure.
Right then. Then we should be on our way then.
Okay. Before we go, how much did you know of the attack that was on the temple recently?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, to compress it down into its wee shortest.
Delilah, get the circle ready.
Giants attacked. They had creepy-looking monsters with tentacles coming out of their arseholes, tossing rocks at things. We went and killed the leader of the giants, so that's probably dealt with. But there was a creepy-looking squid-faced doodad hiding in the corner. And
aberration. Sounds like it.
some kind of like illicit or something. I think they said it was called. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest. It's all like gnomish to me, but apparently it's from down below as well. So there's some kind of like
the Underdark. Yes, that is where apparently we're meeting.
Conspiracy thing.
It's going to be interesting.
Why are you heading to the down?
Well, we haven't had a meeting in years, and this is definitely one of the important reasons for us to get back together.
A meeting?
Well, yes.
Like, of Alcoholics Anonymous, or?
No, our order of the Ashen Table. We're...
The Ashen Table?
Oh. They haven't spoke to you about that. Alright, I hope the circle's ready. He grabs you, pulls you towards a marking that Delilah's been doing with her staff on the floor, and pulls you into it. Well, I imagine you have questions. We'll have questions. The Oracle can... shouldn't say that. She will tell you more about it when we get down there. We should go now.
Wait. One like vitally important question before we go anywhere. Where are we going? Do they have muffins?
Deep lands. And I don't know what muffins...
I hate magic.
The rest of you gliding down.
And we're gliding.
And gliding into the darkness. All of you can give me again perception checks, as after the strange manta creature and the insects that seem to be following it have gone for the time being, you are mostly in a state of...
Yeah, I'm not noticing anything.
Calm falling, gliding with style, as it is.
Dante still having his time of his life.
Casual storming.
How's who doing?
Casual storming.
Oh, you two are strolling. You definitely have been left into the dark at this point. As if you're taking the long way, like the super long way, it's gonna take you guys a while.
It's fine. I'm just chatting.
Actually, you two can give me perception checks as well, as you're looking down in the darkness as well.
Well, occasionally looking down into the darkness.
Oh, no.
No.
He's too focused on the fall.
Okay, Serafina. As you're on,
How long have we been going down? More than an hour or something?
yeah. At this point, and I'm gonna say probably around 20 minutes has passed, 30 minutes has passed.
Oh, 30 minutes. Okay, so dark vision was still.
Oh yeah, no,
okay.
Dark Vision is still going.
It lasts 8 hours.
It lasts 8 hours, yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
However, Seraphina, when you're looking down, you're definitely looking down just like as a precaution anyway. But you notice about, you're not really sure, but just before it hits the darkness, you can see that some of the platforms are just gone. It is quite a large chunk, but there is a section that's just black, and there is no plates sticking out. You definitely do notice, though, in the rock, there's definitely some damage that's been done to it.
So we are missing platforms. Okay. I will stop Synergia while we're strolling on one of the steps.
You stop.
Okay, so we're missing.
So I will point out that there's steps missing.
Okay, is it broken or is it completely missing?
It is missing. There is
Okay.
just darkness, and you can see chunks of rock are missing from where you can assume that there would be a step, because you can see the symmetry being made in the wall. So you can definitely make out that there's definitely a missing one there. Or
Okay.
when you look at it, you can probably imagine like 6 to 8 of them are missing,
6 or 8 of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
which
Um,
is about 400 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so here's the thing. I can slow fall, and I can reduce the damage by, let me see.
Well, you can still run down the surface. You just have to make
Yes,
sure you
but
get down to a
I mean,
platform.
I have to run in 6 seconds.
Well, no, you just run the whole time, because there's no initiative. You just keep running until you reach a point.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure that it was meant to be like for short burst of movement. I
Oh,
can't actually, I don't have any climbing movement. I can just run on surfaces for a short time, like 6 seconds for a turn. So I can do like 120 feet maximum, and then I'm going to fall.
No, because you're not going to stop. You're just going to keep on moving.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm gonna burn through my key point pretty quickly.
Okay.
But yes.
How many are you going to spend?
And it might be difficult to actually run that much in one.
Well,
Okay.
we'll see how he does, if he's going to do
Here's
it.
the thing. I can reduce 45 points of falling damage,
Mm-hmm.
but
And we
for
have-
100 feet, it's probably more than. more
I
than
think
that.
that was to the next step, or is that down? We cannot
Well,
see that far down.
Yeah, you can't see how far down. And
But you said you imagined it would be 6 or 8 steps.
yeah, and considering downwards
Yeah,
is...
that's steps. That's basically ahead-ish.
Yeah. And considering it spirals all the way around, you're not really sure what the drop is between those steps.
Right, I'm just gonna keep going. And for now.
Okay.
We should, yeah, until we get to the step before, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, considering you're probably looking around 500 to the step below you guys, and if you want to dash, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, probably around 5 key points.
Dash.
Yeah, if you want to dash all the way down.
Yeah, it was more. We are at the step before all the steps are missing.
Hmm.
I think. Are we?
Okay.
Are we?
Yeah, you're about that.
So it's 5 key points to dash.
If you
all
wanted
the
to
way
dash the
across.
whole way across.
And this is with me dashing twice, right?
You'll be dashing like 4 times.
No,
So-
no. I mean I can dash as a bonus action.
Yeah.
And there's an action
Yeah.
and movements.
Yeah, so it's around about 100 and something feet you could go in
Yeah,
6 seconds. But yeah, you're doing it pretty much all in one go.
Okay. So that would be 5 hit. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean I don't. Okay. So here's the thing.
Hmm.
Well, I will assume we do some planning before we decide.
Yeah.
to do anything.
What is your plan apart from traveling?
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I seriously don't have. I don't even have my rope. 'Cause it was too heavy to carry. So we are the running and falling down. That's the two options. Unless Seraphina has something up the sleeve.
I am looking at my spell list.
Do you have spells that you've prepared, not in your
Yeah,
spell
I
book?
know.
This is literally the only thing I can do.
If Seraphina was smart, she probably would have a few spells.
Well, I do have spells. My problem is mostly that's all aggressive spells.
Really?
No, the majority of my spell in my spell list is
Oh.
aggressive spells. I have a few utility spells prepared,
I
but
feel when you have a mage with no utility spells, feels bad, man.
oh, I have dark vision, invisibility. I got the tiny hood prepared, the spell magic, counter spell.
Not fly or
the-
levitate.
I don't have those spells.
Oh. There isn't much of a plan from what it seems. Do flaming torch and just create fire underneath you? No, that's not fire. No. So, what are you two gonna do?
Well, we
You have
can-
this huge gap ahead of you towards whatever step is in the darkness, or you can run downwards, straight down, towards whatever the step below is, which you don't know what that is.
Do we
Yeah,
have an
no.
idea of how far the drop would be? Because we have been going for some time.
You can at least tell that if there's one above you, and it would probably be equal below,
It was more the distance.
going all the way around.
And it was more the distance from the steps that's maybe probably above, below each other.
Yeah, each one connected is 50, but as it's going all the way around this giant circle, you're probably looking around, possibly around 1,000 feet distance from the one above
There's
to one
no
directly
way.
below.
No
Yeah.
way I can do that.
And how far we had to go? What, 400 feet away?
Well, Senator, you can still run down the wall. You just have to make sure you don't stop.
Oh, okay. Well.
Because we can't rest afterwards for you to get your key points back.
That is true. That is actually true.
Yeah. As long as you don't stop, you're fine.
Yeah, but
Or
we
if you
also
jump.
have to
So yeah,
find
don't make sure
out-
you jump. Actually, I think you can jump as long as you hit
I
the
can
wall
jump,
again.
but it's from 1,000 feet drop. That's gonna kill me either way. I don't think.
As long as you touch the wall, you can still run along it. So
We don't
So,
know
what is
where
your
the
two
step
plan?
is either, so we should not just fall.
No, we're not falling. We can just.
full with style, guys.
1,000 feet. It'd probably be all my key points to actually dash there.
Yeah, but then we can take the rest.
Sure. Yeah, why not? Let's do
at
this.
rest, so I can get them.
Okay, I'm hearing a let's do this.
So we're
Yes.
running around.
Okay, you're gonna run around to the one ahead of you,
Okay,
not
we go
below you.
down.
Oh, you're gonna run down. Okay.
Yes, I'm using all my key points necessary to dash.
Okay.
Hoping there's actually a thing down because
Okay.
we can't see it.
Yeah, you can't see it. It's just black below you. But you're pretty sure if the steps keep on going, there's gonna be at least one of them below you. So,
Okay.
At least. Yeah, I.
Please.
give me a very. It's gonna be a low DC, but give me an athletics check.
I'm
Athletics.
hoping.
Because you're
Okay.
you're dashing with someone on your back, and this is also going to include you guys stopping as well when you reach the bottom.
I have a boost of sprinting that can be used once a day.
I have boots of quickening, but they don't really help me that much right now because I have to use a bonus action to use them, and I can just dash as a bonus action with the key points. So. I mean, and I would have to attune to them. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're tuned. Okay. So,
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roll.
okay. So you're going to go downwards, and you're going to spend key points for every 100 feet. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Do I
10.
have any points left?
That's just enough.
Yeah. Okay.
Just enough. As you're running down, you're just running through the darkness. You can see 60 feet ahead, but you don't know how far it's going. You can feel the wind blowing, and it's almost catching your feet and tumbling.
There
However,
we could have light stone kinda, so you can see it a little. We can see a little further ahead, so we have a big. But that's if we want to risk it.
As you're still going down, you, after several seconds, finally see some semblance of a floor below of one of the platforms. Just before you reach it, you kick off to try and slow your fall, and with slow fall, you reduce the damage to 0.
Okay.
As you land, and Senator is literally panting for breath. Yeah, I want to do a contract. It was lower, yes.
And I've used all my key points, right?
Yeah, you're level 10, so yeah, it's all 10.
Wait.
I am level 9.
Oh, so then, yes, all 9 key points are gone.
Why do I have only 8 though? That doesn't make any sense. I should have one more. I'm not sure why. Yes, it just counts as 8. Yeah, I just remember it is. Not sure why. Hang on a second. I'm just gonna fix it.
Yeah, because you're level 9 monk, so you should have 9 key points.
Yeah, but yes.
Anyway,
Used all of them.
yes. You reached the bottom, and you were literally panting because you saw this platform literally as you were approaching it. Like 60 feet is not very, considering you'll travel double what you can see. Yeah, that was coming very quick. That's like a car coming at you and dodging out the way. But yeah, you both land. You're panting for breath. Your sweat is cold, especially from the wind blowing up. You have a bit of protection now that you're on the platform. At this point, you've actually caught up to the 2 gliders, actually. Considering you're basically going full dive at that point. And yeah, 2 gliders, you can't see. Actually, Seraphina, did you actually activate the light stone or not?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't really see them, but you hear some rustling against one of the walls. As imagine Ithamore, Aaron, you've turned off your 2 concentration spells to drop any source of light you have as you've been gliding down again.
Well, either way, we would take a rest.
So you 2 are going to start taking a rest? Okay.
Oh yeah, I need a
just
fucking rest.
Okay. You begin taking a short rest, which is going to take you guys a while. But you can take a short rest as the 2 other kites begin descending down. Unless you guys are doing anything crazy, I imagine you traveling at the standard rate of normal gliding velocity. Unless you guys want to do a dive, which, from seeing what kite 2 was doing, you're not really sure. However, huge gust of wind billows out from the hole again below you guys. Once again, everyone give me acrobatic checks. As you feel the kite pick up, and you're pretty sure you just lifted a good couple of feet off the upwards.
Really?
How long have you been playing?
As I said, probably around 20-30 minutes of slow descent.
Okay.
In like just pitch blackness. Like you can't see the walls on either side of you. You can barely see the other kite.
My enhanced ability to block when I casted my spell.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gone as well. So you still have a disadvantage now. Okay. Here's the one Seren and Ithamore, which is 40 on 2 different kites. Jenga. Oh, fortunately, the one was second. And Row. Okay. Both of them finally have got their airlicks. And with Seren and Ithamore being on 2 different kites, you guys have good enough control of the 2 gliders that you're keeping yourselves from tumbling. As you guys proceed down, Ithamore and Seren, you 2 have the furthest sight. Both give you perception checks. As you guys are looking down for any signs of these creatures again. Oh, Ithamore.
Actual fuck?
Like I said, Well, 20 is trying to kill us.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking God.
Wow. Yeah, it's just dark. You're seeing nothing much. Saren, I will give you the benefit of the doubt that you do still hear that pulsing sound.
Okay.
And it's not coming from the rock.
Where is it coming? I can't tell where it's coming from.
No. You can just hear it. You're not sure if it's the reverberations. You're not sure if it's coming from the panels. You're not even sure if it's coming from like directly below you or above you. But you can definitely still hear it.
Okay.
As you're descending downwards, four of you, those above resting, can't see shit at the moment. The four of you, though, in the kayaks, do eventually start seeing a glimmer of light below. And it's not like a normal light from a light stone or constant light. It's shifting, almost like a wave. At this point, it's just bright white, which, from this distance, is very much like a star. It's just a very small point of light in the darkness below you guys. As some of the platforms have actually been disturbing the direction, as you've noticed, especially after this time, there's a little bit of shift in the tunnel. That it's not a straight down tunnel. There's definitely some bending to it. You're not sure if it's from original creation, natural movement, seismic events of moving things, considering you can't see the walls. But it's definitely some shift, and as you guys are descending, you see this speck of light below. The ones with Junga. You hear him say under his breath, not saying it to you guys, he just says it to himself mostly, just, that wasn't there before.
Oh.
The pulsing or the light?
He's just saying it to himself.
Okay.
He's looking down as the rest of you are seeing this light. And you slowly begin to descend, and the light is ever more still there, just this kind of waved motion of light that's below. And as you guys are starting to approach closer, it's still pretty far below you guys at this point, easily 10,000 feet below you at least. But you notice it's not just one color, especially as you guys have begun to become your eyes are adjusting to this actual source of light. You can definitely see shades of red, yellow, green, blue, purple.
Since I have
Orange?
dark vision, is it all different kinds of shades of grey for me?
No, this is actual light, so you can actually
It's
see
50 shades.
But no, as dark vision counts for anything that's not light, as in colors of cloth and that sort of thing, and rocks, this is actual light, which you can see. So it does actually give off some form of color.
Okay, Savant is gonna say it even more. Hold me, and he's gonna use Rose as basically as
Hold me.
Rose scope as a telescope.
Okay. Give me a perception check at advantage. There's still a little bit of a penalty just because of the distance, but the magnifier will help slightly.
The normal check.
I'll check. 13. You're pretty far away, and this magnification isn't strong. However, you do notice, away from the light slightly on one of the platforms, there's something about it. One of the platforms, well below you still. It's not as far down as the light, but there's one platform in particular which is still relatively small. It's about the size of a penny from this perspective. But there's something odd about it that you notice. You're not sure what, but then you notice around the edge is decoration, or something that's detailed around the edge of one of these giant metal slabs.
He's gonna try to shout out in the wind. Some weird decoration on one of the platforms down there. I can't really see the light, it's way too far down there, but there's definitely some weird things on... he points in the darkness, more basically. That area!
Ithamore, you can see shit. And Rose just like squinting her eyes, just like, what?
We'll take your word for it.
And as it's so far away, it's going to take you guys, even to get close to see it naturally, probably a good several minutes, probably around 20 extra minutes just to get down. As the two kites are coming down, kite 2 is obviously past kite 1 at this point. And as you begin to descend, Ithamore, you can just about make out whatever Savant was talking about. There's definitely one below you that's definitely different. Seren, you can just about tell this as well.
Yep.
As the shape is just different. It's not just square. There's, it's almost circular, partially.
The platform?
Yeah.
The one, like one of the ones stuck into the side?
Yeah.
Huh.
The light itself is still ever much the same. The small circle of light, which is just ever much pulsing and shifting in ever so slightly in color. It's still very much a white, but that white is then illuminated by different colors, which does give some shadow light, or rim light, sorry, to some of the platforms that seem to be above wherever this light source is. The kite with Savant and Ithamore, you guys are the first to approach close enough to see any difference. Savant, you see it through the telescope first, or magnifying glass first. As you can tell, first you definitely notice that it's actually kind of shaped, because all the rest very much are symmetrical square slabs. This is almost rounded on the edges, like it's either been cut or squished or stretched. You're not really sure, but the detailings that you saw around the edge are definitely something's hanging off the edge, and they're kind of fluttering in the wind.
He's gonna shout out, something is hanging off the edge of that circular one, and he's also gonna hold up. Well, he's gonna basically like take more. Hold this, and
I'm gonna look at him and say, "Best be quiet then."
As the wind is just blowing up past you guys. You're definitely not making a lot of noise if the wind's covering you for this part.
Someone is gonna put back Rose and gonna say to hold it in the sending stone. Yeah, there's definitely something on the round platform, something hanging off the edge. I can't really say what it is, but I have a feeling it may either be bad or someone is falling.
At this point, one final gust of wind before you guys get close enough billows upwards. Once again, acrobatic checks from the 4 of you. Sandra and Serafina, at this point you guys have just about had half an hour rest. which is good enough to have a short rest, but it's not great.
As a note,
Here for more.
I would take a look at the steps to figure out if the steps actually have the same pattern or if it's different.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Now let's
Considering
have the best.
considering the journey down, it's not too hard to notice. There's definitely some differences. There's definitely some similarities, especially around the edge. But the central parts, the iconology, is definitely different. And you unfortunately can't read giants, so yeah, that's definitely what you can tell. There's definitely differences.
Ooh.
So what was that? 15-0.
Well,
18 and 20. Let's hope Ro does pretty well.
What was that shade you were throwing earlier, Ithelmore?
Let's do, so again, Django first. That one, ooh, that was close. And Ro.
Oh.
We're in a
Ooh.
deep spin again. Yes.
Oh, but the two edges just like not having the control as you guys start to spin once again, and you're approaching whatever this platform is. What are you guys gonna do?
We're gonna need to do the same thing again. We're gonna need
All
to
right.
dive.
You guys, in preparation for this, go into a dive. Are you aiming for this platform, or are you gonna aim away from it?
I'm gonna say we need to aim for the platform because if we don't get out of the platform, it's better to crash land.
Okay. Well, it is about, I'm gonna say probably around 200 feet below you guys at this point. So
Could
I
probably
need
pull up at the side.
I need athletic checks from the two of you and Ro as you guys begin going into a dive. Oh, that was almost a 19. Ro's double 15. Nice. And Savant. Oh, okay. Wow. 14. Almost another 19. That was close. This is very difficult. As you guys begin to come down, you begin to try and pull it up, and you manage to get over the platform as you guys hit the side of the wall. We half that to 7 points. Ithamore and Savant, and Ro takes that. As you hit the side of the wall, as you begin to slide down, as you have no more momentum, I need the two of you to make dex save throws as you begin basically falling down towards this platform. Ugh.
It's not with disadvantage.
Belly flop.
It's a 7.
Ithamore?
Well, belly flops.
I'm like super strong.
Okay. Let me do Rose. She only needs a +2.
Seven up in some time.
It's better than Savant. Oh, okay. Remember that is a +2 because
Yes.
of Ithamore is still conscious. With that, you guys crash to the bottom. You do. How many saves up? Only Ithamore already saved. Gain. Well, unfortunately, it's not that far up. Savant, you take 9. Ithamore, you only take 4. Ro, only a 13. Yeah, she only takes 4 as well. As you land, not on the platform, but next to it, the one just above it. So you're 50 feet above this round platform, as the kite is just broken. It's repairable, you think, as the main bar is still there, but the front part is cracked inwards. And just like, it's like one of those paper aeroplanes that just like hits a wall and the front's kind of just bent downwards.
I could
like,
fix this. if I get some time.
Fortunately, at this point, I believe Savant and Ithamore, both your ropes are untied, considering your knot work from previous.
Hey, I rolled super amazing.
Oh, you did. Sorry.
Yeah, we have like team that's was bad.
Yeah, we actually made good on the ropes.
Oh, sorry. It was the other team. It was the other team. So
I also think the NPCs will.
yeah, it was,
Roll
yeah.
was
Ro
better than the
rode pretty poorly. Hers is pretty bad. Fortunately, she's just getting off this thing and it's going to stand on the platform and just like walk away for a second, and it's like taking deep breaths and just like looking up, almost hyperventilating from almost crashing and dying.
Yeah,
I entire myself and go stand next to it.
yeah.
She's actually gone to the edge, looking down at whatever you guys were looking at. The other kite in the air. You guys saw them again start to spiral and then go into a dive like they usually do, and then you heard a crack, and then a crunch. What are you guys
Can we
gonna
see
do?
them?
You can make out those figures on a platform. Yes,
And they all look like they're at least standing. So
they are standing. You can tell that much.
how far away are we from?
You're above them by about 150, 140 feet. Yeah. We should probably go and check on them.
All right.
With 2-1 vote, because Aaron didn't say anything. You
Well,
guys
he's
descend.
Still screaming.
You guys descend
But I
towards.
think he wants to stand on solid ground for a second.
You just descend down, and are you going to land next to them, or are you going to land on a different platform?
If it's the same size as the others, there should be plenty of room for us
Yeah,
to land.
they're 50 by
at least
50,
on
so
the same
easily
platform.
you could land on it. Just to make sure you just don't do anything terrible as you land, give me another acrobatic check, the two of you, as well as Junga. As you come down to land, oh yeah, like this is like teamwork to a T. As you just like pick up a little bit of air as you kind of just like drift down, and boop. You just have to kind of step forward a little bit to catch your feet, but then solid ground beneath you, at least for the time being.
I'll run my hand through my hair.
Looks fabulous as always.
Behind you, wind just blows past as this windbreak is stopping the wind from hitting you, but it's still pretty loud.
Nice of you to greet us.
Ithamore, you're by Ro. As you notice the rounded platform that Savant's been pointing out, there's definitely something strange, as at this distance your dark visions give you enough distance to see the platform in its entirety. It's very much one of the same platforms, however it's been modified. The edges have been cut sharp, cut clean off, and rounded on both sides. The central platform, which you've at least noticed while coming down, that there's been some type of markings into the metal. That's been actually smoothed down into almost a dip into the metal itself, like a bowl. Not very deep, but enough that it's noticeable. And around the edge are bits of stuff is the best way to describe it. You're seeing
Wow, the eloquence.
very, very eloquent. You're seeing what looks like bones. You're seeing a skull of some type of creature. You're seeing what's like pieces of metal, which definitely glimmer in the small amount of light coming from below, as well as various other things like pieces of cloth. Looks like some hairs of just dangling and floating in the wind on one side as well. There is a collection of very odd things hanging around, all tied by what looks like some type of thread.
Does it look like there's any more of the thing that attacked us around?
From what you can... give me a perception check. What is everyone else doing as you've all now landed? And Seren and Aaron, you can see they crashed their glider.
Savanti's gonna start repairing the glider.
You're going to try this... what are you going to repair it with?
I'll just look at Seren's car.
He's gonna open up the portable hole and he's gonna take out his backpack and start. I have my tools. I have rope.
Okay. The cloth, when you start putting it down, is blowing in the wind. This is not a safe place to put this down.
Oh.
As the wind is blowing around still.
He's gonna not do that then.
As soon as you pull it out, you feel it's just start blowing in the wind. You're like, shit.
Saren,
Boy,
can you help me put it down just for 1 second? So I can jump in and get my repair kit, okay?
all right. I'll go sit on the edge of the portable hole, I guess.
Yeah. With enough of an anchor,
Apparently.
you can at least hold it down with like one hand and like a leg. You can hold it open that it actually reveals the hole inside.
It's like a really weird version of Twister.
Yeah, it's like Twister. You're like holding it down and you can see some of the edge starting to flutter and you're just like smoothing it out and then the hole appears. If the more... you can't really hear anything. You can only hear the wind coming up the side of the edge towards your face. And it's just in front of you from the edge.
I walk into Ro and I say, I think we found that thing's nest. Can't see any more, can you?
On that note, actually, you do notice, actually in the side of the wall where this disc like shab is now, there is actually a hole, but it isn't just a cave. There is a very definitive archway, which is very out of place. And it's actually edged with stone, which is the more out of place part. So, what are you guys doing?
I go back to the others and say, I think the next platform is the next to that thing, but there's some sort of archway in the wall next to it.
Really?
Yes. Should we investigate, or shall we be sensible and carry on descending?
Be sensible.
If I'm, when have I ever been sensible? Don't answer that.
At the very least, maybe we should wait for the other two to reach us.
Alright. I'm still playing Twister with the edge of the
Yeah, no,
portable
you're
hole.
not holding it down. You're turning around to look at it for more, but you're like holding this thing down. Savant, you're taking out your backpack, you said?
Yeah, my backpack, my tools, rope.
Not my most graceful look, god damn it.
No. It's kind of hilarious in your heavy armor as well. So Savant, you take all these things out,
Oh, thank God.
climb up the ladder, put your back down, which is heavy enough that it's not going to move. And you're going to try and repair the front of this?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at it, there isn't any tears in the actual glider material. It seems it's a pretty strong type of leather. So it hasn't actually tear or ripped. However, the holding pieces of wood have completely severed on two parts. So,
Oh.
give me a... there isn't really a mending check. So give me a... let's just do a tinkering. Why not? Let's do tinkering checks. So give me... just do one. We'll see what the result is, and it will defer the effectiveness. What is everyone else doing while he's doing this? Because this might take him a time.
I think everyone can take some time.
Where is he doing this?
Well, he's doing it on this platform that you're all on currently.
Okay. So can I put the portable hole away? Because
yes.
this
Like-
twister thing is a little ridiculous.
Yeah, you quickly close it and then you start wrapping it up so it doesn't get blown away. And you just keep hold of it for the time being. As Savant, who's still pretty tired, starts trying to work on this. I'm not really sure. Like, it's wood, so it's not hard to work with, but you haven't really got enough materials to actually mend this. The rope isn't great. You can levy it together, but it's not really like, it's not tape.
We do have a spear and a short sword I can use as replacement material. A bodge is always a repair.
If you use the spear, it may help.
Yeah. I know we have a spear that you can use that no one is using.
Okay.
Are we okay by using the +1 short sword we have as also repair material?
Wait, make it heavier, but at this point, heaviness isn't a problem. Aaron, what are you doing as well? You're just like keeping away from the edge?
Yes, but I'm not planning on anything.
Okay, you're just watching everyone do their own thing. Just like, I'm on the ground. I'm cool.
I know we're gonna be up in the air again, so I'm not looking forward to that.
At this point, I would say Seraphina, and so many S's, damn it, you guys. And Senator, you guys finish your short rest. And Senator, you finish your meditation, you take a deep breath. You're ready.
Okay. Alright.
So, you guys just going to carry down walking down normally, or are you going to try something crazy again?
No, we're walking down normally.
Okay, you're going to take it walking down normally. Alright.
Yes.
Are the rest of you going to wait for them to come down? That's my
I
question.
think at least we should take a short rest.
If
We
you're
can
gonna-
contact them by using the polden and see how far away they think they are.
Yeah, Sarah can if she wants.
I will. I will contact Seraphina and see where they are, give or take, whereabouts.
You've walked past your 100th platform.
I would say the hours. I
You've
don't
just
know.
gone past 2 hours considering walking down, taking a rest. Yeah. You've gone past just over 2 hours at this point.
If I have any sense of time.
Distance, you're not sure about, considering you're going around in a spiral instead of straight down. So it's difficult to really ascertain distance. You saw them briefly when you did the sprint down, but then they disappeared again. So you're not sure.
Alright.
Yep.
And they...
Yeah. I'm not sure. But it probably takes some time for us to reach you. Because we are going at a steady pace.
Okay. We've had a few, well, some people decided they wanted to dive.
Oh.
No, we're fine. Don't worry.
I really
Okay.
hope
Okay.
there could be like a background like noise, like basically it worked the first time.
No one decided to dive.
Minor details.
Just
Yeah.
make sure you're careful, please.
Of course we are. It's me. Of course I'm careful.
Okay, I you have to. So, Seraphina, one question. You have to talk to do this, or do you do this telepathically? I mean, I know that the response is in your ear, essentially.
That one you're talking to, yes.
Okay. So, as you're saying this, I'm just gonna say, you're asking that to Seren, right? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
God damn it!
Well, at least there's others.
Did Seraphina just ask you to be careful?
Yeah. Me. Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a deep breath. I'm not saying anything.
Alright. So, you guys are going to wait, which is basically be more than a short rest. So you guys can take a short rest as Senager and Seraphina slowly make their way down if they're going to take the long way. Which isn't much of a hassle. You do get caught up in a little bit of a breeze as you're walking down the vertical wall, but considering you're jumping to a platform, no problem at all. As it's very much being used as a wind wall and is just blocking the wind, which is giving you easily enough control to land on the platform and then carry on. So yeah, like probably around another hour and a half goes by until Seraphina and Senager finally get to the platform you guys are currently on.
Does this mean Samantha also gets to have a short rest?
Yes. Yeah, all of you finish a short rest. Are you going to use the spear or what are you using?
The spear and old boom boom.
You can use both of them. Okay. Yeah. With the two of them combined, it is very rudimentary, but it's holding. Which is the important part. It is holding. Yeah, at this point, Ro is pretty much back to full again. Yeah. Wow. That was 60-10 and you rolled 22. Ugly.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not bad. It's like average-ish. No, actually, it's a 6 and a 7, which isn't even high. Yeah.
No, that's below average.
Hey. No, you got terribly low, fortunately. So yes, you all finally regroup on this platform, which is, it's still pretty large. It's 50 by 50, so all of you are pretty safe to stay in the center of this. And I imagine one of you is at least staying next to the gliders to make sure they don't catch any wind.
Yes.
Because that would be bad.
I don't want my rifle to blow away. Please.
Yeah. So, with that, Junga is now resting, looking over the edge as well as Ro, kind of eyeing this strange rounded platform, and specifically the archway, because that's weird.
We had
Just out of character.
Mm.
The ground we're staying on, are there runes there?
As I said, yes, there is definitely some type of scribbling or iconography
Yes, I
on
can't read it.
all of the platform. What languages do you speak?
Giant, gnomish, common,
Giant.
dwarf.
This one you're currently on? Oh gosh, I need to do
Common, gnome, dwarf, giants.
1 and 10. I almost forgot you spoke giants.
I remember that, so I took note of it, and I would have
Okay.
told it to
This
Savannah.
one, it's very old, but the markings are not worn. They're pretty easy to rectify. It's the actual rune language, or whatever it is very old. You can make out, however, that it is partially in Giant. And what you can figure out from it, of the small phrases that you can pick out, which are very much direct Giant. This one in particular is talking about cloud giants and their position as one of the higher giants in the order.
Ooh.
Did we catch up with them?
Yes, at this point, at the end of their short rest, and a little bit more, you've made it down to where they are, and you can see the
Do
two.
I notice that the
kites.
kites have taken damage?
You can definitely tell that one of the kites has now got a spear and a gun attached to it. Yes.
I can fix that. Do you
Those
want
are
me
those-
to fix the kite? I'm just gonna go fix the kite because nobody's
No one's answering, so yeah, you're just like,
What-
okay.
Well, can you just repair the wood that is broken? I like, having some armament after what happened in the sky.
You have no idea what he's talking about.
Yep.
At this point, Junga has actually leapt down and kind of side cat crawled across the wall and has landed on the platform with the archway, which is about 50 feet below you guys.
Aww.
It's just
Damn it. I want to go look. I can't do that though.
you could just jump if you wanted to.
Yep.
You would take some damage just because of the distance, but yeah.
All right.
Why not? Why not? You're not. Actually, do you have the flying yet? No, that's higher level, isn't it? That's level 10.
No, that's like level. No, that's 13. I think.
I think it's 14.
Is it? Okay.
13 or 14. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can attempt to try and do something he did. So definitely gonna be difficult, but it'd just be an athletics check if you wanted to try that. Or you could just straight jump it down.
I'll just jump.
Okay. Just like.
Literally just taking a running start and like jumping
Yeah.
into the platform.
The running jump is just helping you land center. The main part is you're going to be landing, which is going to hurt, but give me an athletics check.
Son, what?
What?
Go for it!
And she kind of just like turns around and she leaps up, like, what? And Rose just like, he was supposed to scout. 17, yeah. It's painful, but you manage to go into a bit of a kind of parkour roll and roll into it. As it's pretty brutal. Yeah, it's 40. So. Oops. Oops. Let's put the R in front of it. There we go. Well, it's not that bad. You only take 7 points as you. You felt that through the armor, but
Nah.
yeah.
Nice one.
Thank you.
I told you to be careful.
I was.
Yeah,
She
right.
was. She took a running start.
So we do have rope with grappling hooks.
Yes.
like,
Junga just turns to you. It's like,
keep me down, but sure.
he was just here to scout, but my second advice does not hurt. And he begins looking at the archway itself and what's in
Well,
front.
you said it was a slightly different kind of stone, though, or did I mishear that?
It's definitely a different type of stone, especially the archway itself. Around it is the same smooth stone, but actually, you don't really need to roll unless you're going to actually investigate it. You can tell just from being a dwarf, like the stone is different. Just even though you have dark vision, you can just tell the different texture of it in the almost the bricks. They're pretty large for bricks, but the stones in this archway are definitely a different type of stone.
Okay.
It's relatively large. This is like a good 20 by 10 archway.
The archway?
Yeah.
Okay.
20 high, 10 wide. Pretty big. And just looking at it, and as Jenga approaches, the ground in the archway and further in lights up. Not heavily, just like small luminescence. Almost like air traffic lights. Just like kind of lights the sides of the hallway up. It's like woo.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Did you notice the stone is different?
You kind of. It is. Interesting. He's gonna do a stealth check because that's his job. Yeah, it is. As he just blends into the shadow of the hallway, as he's lit up partially, but enough that he's keeping quiet, and you can't even hear the pads of his feet. He just moves into it. Wait here. I'm going to have a look.
All right.
As soon as he steps through the archway, you and him both, actually even you guys up there, hear a voice as well. Welcome to my lab. Please, come in. I haven't had visitors in years. As he stops.
Last time I heard that phrase, it was bad.
Welcome to my lab, he said.
There.
There, okay, no, that's great.
And he just turns around and looks at you. It's like, second thought.
Can he? Can he speak in common?
Yes, he is speaking common.
Any particular accent we can figure out?
You're from one continent. You haven't really traveled around, so it's not a Griffin accent. So,
Like basically, should I pick up any dwarf, gnomish, anything like that?
No.
Okay.
No, none of you can really notice anything from it.
Does it sound like a clear voice, or if there's some kind of,
There's a little bit of reverberation on it,
or
but
if it's magic?
there's definitely magic amplification, as even you guys can hear it, and you can't see the person.
Can I see anything from where I am down the...
You just see this
passageway?
hallway which goes in, and it seems to go down slightly.
Okay, so I lose sight. I can't see straight ahead.
You can see about 30 feet, and then it goes down.
All right.
And Django's just stopped. He's about 20 feet in, and he's just stopped.
Seven,
What?
use this, and I will rub, up. I will show you the magicite stone and hope you come kinda-ish so you can catch it. And then I would drop down the detect magic stone.
Okay.
Okay.
You can easily catch it. Actually, no. Give me a dex check, because there is wind blowing, and it's going to catch it. So yeah, give me a dex check, Sarah. It's not terribly hard, but yeah, there's definitely a wind catching up from between these slabs.
Seen the reboot. I have seen the original.
With Chris
No.
Chris Pratt as and Denzel
All
Washington
right.
as Cowboys is amazing.
All right. Still talking about what cowboys?
Cowboys.
Uh,
Cowboys. I just said just drop down the.
He's being a fucking show off and handing me the stone.
Oh, you're gonna try and catch it and drop down?
No, he's just gonna take it.
I'll take it and I just drop down the.
Oh, okay, so you just slow fall down.
Yeah.
Okay. You can, yeah, it's 45 points of damage. Yeah, you can easily
45
reduce
points,
that. Yeah, you just whoop, and land next to Saren.
How big is the kites?
The kites, they're pretty large, considering they can carry 3 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As just a nice casual drawing, you're looking like. Whoops, that's this one. Oops.
Yeah, they're pretty big. And they're not collapsible?
The edges are. You'd have to take out the wood bar in the center. Yeah.
Because we're gonna need to take them down there if we're going down there, that's the thing.
Yeah.
That or we secure them up here, but then we need to get up here to get off.
Yeah, if you take off the center bar, you can collapse in the lever wings. They're still going to be pretty long, but they're not going to be wide.
Yeah, and then we can get down there, like by securing a grappling hook on one side and then propel down.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Savant is gonna start doing that.
Yeah. Ro notices what you're doing and assists with the other one. Seren, Senator, you two at the bottom with Janga. Everyone else is at the top. What are you two doing? As they're seemingly taking apart the 2 kites in preparation.
I'm
To
looking
come.
down at the people down there.
Oh my god, we found the fucking antiquarian.
Oh yes.
What?
What was the name of it?
Xenon, the antiquarian.
Yes.
We found the Black Emporium.
The Black Emporium.
This is Black Emporium.
Where's Kirkwall?
What was it? Don't Manhandle the urchin. I
Oh yeah.
remember this particular.
Oh,
He
God.
was-
Okay. Sorry.
He was. He had like 4 lines total. It was completely useless for for gaming purposes, apart from buying some stuff. But I loved him anyway.
Right.
You hear the voice again, you two, as well as Django. Actually, Seraphine, you can just about make out as well because you're on the edge. What's taking them so long? Work, go find what they're doing. Adventurers these days.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the rest of the people and say, seriously, what the fuck? But
Alan,
Yeah.
use the stone and tell me what you see.
I will use the stone.
Okay. Vroom. Your eyes glow purple as you look towards the archway. The archway is not really magical. There is the light coming from the floor, which is glowing.
Okay.
But apart from that, oh, and the steps, of course, which you can now see is giving off a very faint at this point hum.
I'll use the pauldron to tell Seraphina that the only thing glowing is the platform is glowing faintly, and the light along the bottom of the tunnel is glowing a little bit as well.
Hopefully not in the wrong color.
Can I tell? what
You can tell
it's
which color.
glowing?
Yeah, the platforms are glowing very faint purple. The lights are giving off a evocation. Is light, I think. So orange.
It's not. Yeah, it's not purple. Purple is the bad one. Purple is.
Well, purple can be 2 things. Depends which shade of purple.
I'll tell her that the platforms are a very faint purple, and the lights are glowing white with the stone,
Well, the purple are actually newer, right?
or orange rather. Sorry.
At this point, Senator, what are you doing? Are you just chilling by the edge with Seraphine, Saren?
yeah, I don't think anyone is getting in right now. I don't think
Junga's already gone inside and
Okay.
is
He's
about.
only about 20
but
feet
he-
in. Is
yeah,
he
but he's-
still there?
Yeah, you can still see him. Well, technically, you can see him, but you always keep turning your head away, and he's like, "Wait, where did he go?"
Yeah, because he's really stealthy, but
Yeah, you can see
I
him.
mean, yeah, I'm waiting. I don't know. Are we scouting ahead? What are we doing here? Because see clearly people ahead that knows that we are here.
Yeah, that's a little odd.
I would make Seven aware if we are preparing to come down.
All right, we'll move away
Alright,
from the
that's
edge
good.
so they have space.
Alright. Yeah, the platform's still pretty large. It's circular, so it's more like 40-foot diameter now instead of 50-foot square. But yeah, still pretty large.
I mean, do we still have the what was it? The name? Fucking hell.
The name.
No, I'll get to it. It'll come back to me. It's a name. You know what? I'm just gonna search it in Italian and just. I'm sorry, guys. English is failing me right now. The ladder. Do we still have the ladder that we made way back?
There is one ladder that's in the portable hole. The rope ladder, I think you left behind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because basically the swarm was right behind us.
There's a giant
Yeah.
swarm of spiders. I don't think you had time to grab the rope ladder.
I'm pretty sure that the ladder was just thrown out and then the monks just jumped out.
Yeah, that may be actually true.
Yeah, if you're talking about escaping from the Tyke, we let everyone go down, released the rope and dropped it, and then the monks. It was me and Shay, badass, jumped off at the end.
Oh, right. Okay, so actually you do have that one then. Yes.
Yeah, so
It's probably
well, when then we're using that.
Yeah. So you can use that rope ladder. It's pretty hard considering there's nothing to actually hook into. There is the faint grooves of the markings in the metal, which you can kind of use. You're not really sure if it's going to be strong for everyone to use, but
How much rope do we have?
how much rope do you have?
And I have 50 feet.
The
I
fall
think
is about
most
50
people
feet.
I don't have any.
I'm thinking if we can rig it entire size and then basically have.
I mean, there are an extra 50 feet on the bag of holding, which are mine right now.
Well, that's with Seren. That doesn't really help.
Okay.
no, it isn't. It's with Aaron.
It's with Aaron.
Oh right, it's with Aaron, so it does help. Where do we keep our medical stuff? I don't know. How much is 50 foot in feet?
50.
What? Yeah.
50.
What?
Oh, wait, foot and feet are the same thing?
Yeah, foot and feet are the same thing.
Well,
then
foot
why
is
not-
one and feet is multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I just said it wrong because it would be 50 feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
As Rose noticing you have a portable hull, she just says, "Why didn't you just get inside? I'll jump down."
Well, how would we come up again?
I would open it.
Well, I'm up on the platform.
Well, we don't need to if you're taking the kites with us. But can one person carry 2 kites?
If they're folded up, yeah. They're literally just, what, they like 20-foot sticks at that point.
Well, why don't we do that then?
Well, they would not be able to get in the portable hole.
No, she'd carry them. Or,
It's the space for us in the portable hole.
Yes, the portable hole is very empty.
Well, I
Currently
think
it is,
some of
yes.
The backpacks might be in the portable hole because the bag of holding is kind of full.
Yeah, but backpack doesn't really take that much place. Remember, it's 10 by 10. It's quite the volume. We literally could stay all in there. It's fine.
Yeah, remember it's 10 foot deep, and none of us are anywhere near that tall. So
Yeah.
even if the floor was totally covered in backpacks, it would need to be like 5 foot deep of backpacks before there was enough room for us.
I don't want to be but I'm gonna get squished if I'm down.
You won't
keep
get
in
space.
mind-
It's literally space for everyone to stay on their own space.
at this point, Junga hears a noise, backs up a little bit. As you two can hear coming from the hallway. and then you see a head of what basically is a frog. Head just pops over the top, but it is pretty large. It is the same size as a human head, but stretched to the sides and has two froggy eyes on top, and it's just like pops over the top of where the stairs are, and kind of turns his head slightly.
Okay.
And then walks up the rest of the way, and you can see his full body, which is probably around 5 foot, a little smaller, of pretty much a frogman, with this kind of just greenish color and skin tone, even in this dark light, but lit from underneath from the small dotted lights on the floor. He definitely has a very slimy skin, and he just kind of waddles up, bloop, 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 just in front of Junga, who's kind of just like stepped back pretty much all the way to the archway, and is kind of in a apprehensive pose, like one claw up, and the frog just bows.
Is he the hair on his back stands up?
You see his tail stand up, yes, and it kind of curls a little. It's like,
Does he do this like no 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 no?
You need to spray me with water. That's what I hear.
And the frog just bows. It's like, welcome.
Yeah.
Is he wielding a sword and having a cape?
No, he has actually literally nothing on him. The only thing he has is a loincloth.
Okay. Hello, Mr.
Walk, walk.
Whoa.
Walk, walk. Walk.
Right. Right. So just a question. Who was talking like 2 seconds ago and just told you just to come here and then see what we were doing, because we kind of
Lord Xanos.
Xanos.
He's waiting.
Okay, and exactly what does Xanos wants? Like, does he want some money, our immortal soul, maybe our body parts? Just trying to understand what's his deal, so to speak.
He's still kind of bowed at the moment. It's just.
Right, you've been very helpful, thank you. And I'm gonna look towards Terra and I'm gonna shrug.
I'm gonna look up at
We
Over
haven't
and-
seen adventures in years.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Like,
Do I want to know what happened the last time you did see adventurers?
like, is he one of the guys that says we're going to have guests for dinner, and he actually mean like for dinner as dinner, or like for dinner like we can eat together, just one of the two?
I hope the rest of us is getting ready. Yes, this is happening.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Food? Food. Food.
Okay.
Hungry? Food. I don't like this thing.
Yeah,
No.
no.
It doesn't look hostile.
He's being
Yeah.
perfectly polite. It's just strange.
I'm confused as well.
There's the polite ones, there's the most dangerous ones. Sometimes.
What is your Lord Zeros?
Right.
Not bad. Merciful.
You know, the wow sound that you're making just kind of undermines the old merciful thing. It feels like you joke. I know you probably can't help it, but you know.
Merciful.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Come.
Can I
Join.
check? Okay. Can I insight check the guy, the frog, whatever?
Yeah, I was just
Sure. Inside the frog. Go for
Alright,
it.
let's insight the frog.
because this is gonna go well.
Oh yeah, yeah. What are you trying to insight from the frog?
I mean, is he lying to? Is his master really merciful? Is he lying to?
From what he says, yeah, no. His master is definitely merciful to him. Yes.
Oh, to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
Might
I mean-
also be merciful in the way that you do not get killed.
I mean, the problem is, I don't, because he's like a middleman. It doesn't seem like a very smart middleman at that. So I don't know what I could incite for him. Like, I don't think he's lying about anything.
At this point, what are the ones on top? You guys have now wrapped up the 2 kites at this point, and they're now just poles wrapped in leather.
I think the plan was portable hold, jump, or row jump, and then
Okay. So all 4 of you, Seraphina, Savant, Ithamore, and Aaron, you're going to get into the portable hole?
Yes, but before I go in, I give Bro the bag of holding.
Yes.
Yes!
Let's not make that.
Good move.
Boom. Session ends.
yeah.
It would have been like, jump down. Ripping
Uh-oh.
space open.
Okay. Well done.
He would disappear.
You give her the bag of holding, she's like,
Don't
right,
waste them."
yes, that's a good idea. You'll get inside. She quickly closes it and hops off the edge down to where you guys are. Athletics. Oh. Yeah. Just within seconds, and then she pulls out the portable hole again. And before any wind blows up, she puts it on the ground and kind of nods for you, you two to open
All
it.
the edges.
And then she notices the giant frog.
Yep.
And then she kind of just has like horrid face, like, what the fuck?
I'm getting out of the hole as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
I'll
you
give her a
see
hand.
well, you don't see light, but you see air, and you seconds have only passed, so you're fine. And the 4 of you use the ladder to get back up to the surface, and then all of you now can see this frog. That's just standing there in front of Junga, which is just like eyes, which like one blinks at a time. It's like. Bloop, bloop.
Ugh.
And now all of you can hear that voice again. Wickwick, where are they? I've been waiting several minutes.
Don't touch it. Well, we could leave.
What the hell is going on here?
Oh, you should come now, Wargle.
I have no idea what's going on there. It's frog.
Follow.
And he wants to come in. That his master apparently is merciful. But we are not entirely sure merciful to whom. Yeah.
As it waddles down the steps, down and disappears, and Junga's just like, I don't know what we've walked into, but I have this feeling that I have to check it out anyway. And Ro's just like,
Send someone ahead as a canary.
I'm going to wait here.
Plant size. I will check it out.
Alright, I'll come with you.
Croft goes sadly brofist.
Yes. Are we trying to be stealthy?
I don't know, are you trying to be stealthy?
This should be good.
Oh, no. I'm without my chainmail. I can be stealthy.
Okay, stay behind me
Until
then.
you roll, it ain't count.
That's very true.
That is very true.
Try to stealth behind me then. I'm just Samantha is just gonna walk in.
Okay.
What color? Oh god, I don't remember.
With the shield out
I should write down
and
colors.
hand on RPM.
Yeah, the lights kind of glimmer when you start walking in, Savant and Senator. They don't do anything. Just kind of just light up. Just.
Okay, I'm still gonna try and stealth.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Hang on a second.
Junga's gonna follow with you, as he's already stealthed.
Oh, that's a 12.
Okay, that's a 12. You're like, yeah. You're like against one of the walls, kind of just shimmying down.
What color does abjuration have?
Abjuration is generally a kind of yellowish color.
Okay. Because then I will, just in case, cast invisibility on both of them and hope they don't run into any dispel magic runes.
Which two?
The one that's checking it out.
The canaries.
Okay, so to Senator and Junga. Or do you do it to Savant? Because he's not stealthing, he's just walking down.
I mean, it's not like my stealth is really that great.
No.
Yeah, well, just walk down.
Okay.
Seem to not
Well,
let
I
people...
would ask if they want to be invisible then.
Do we want to? I mean, that guy clearly knew that we were here before we actually stepped inside. So I'm guessing he probably has some ways to detect us anyway.
For all we know, the light could be some stuff he sees us with.
I don't know, it could be movement sensors for all we know.
What's a movement sensor?
Oh, you don't have those? We have those at the Mirror Forge. There are
Yes.
people...
Just be
Never mind.
careful.
Oh, of course, we always are.
Savant is very much on his trigger hand right now.
Yeah, okay, yes, and I'm having my Warhammer with me. But yes, Warhammer and a bunch of change, it's all I need.
Okay, so you two are going down?
Yeah.
Just let
Okay.
us know if
You're just going to walk down? Okay.
thing-
Junga's stealthing behind you guys. What's everyone else doing? Rose is just staying behind. She's not taking part in this. She's just like...
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hand the the detect magic stone back to Seraphina.
Okay.
And I will target it.
Aaron?
What? Huh?
Are you going to do anything? You just saw the weird frog
Yeah,
walk
I'm
away.
standing outside.
Oh, you're going to stay with Ro. Okay.
I would grab my book and stuff. Just in case.
It's totally fine in here.
Yeah, well, so far so good.
Alright. So, the two of you walking ahead with Junga, you go down the steps and you can see the frog disappear at the bottom of the steps as it flattens out onto a landing again, about 30 feet down. As you're walking down, the lights are constantly lighting up and glowing as you guys are walking. And then you two can hear the voice. The rest of you can hear it, it's a little bit fainter. Welcome to my domain. I haven't seen anyone in quite a few times, and all of them have been so demanding.
Okay, yes, it's a pleasure to be in your domain too, I guess.
You know, if you want to be friendly, your speaking skills are quite inept.
As you guys reach the bottom, you can see a very short hallway which ends in a door which is currently open. And as you guys are walking towards the door itself is actually quite nice. It is still very much a stone door, but it's been detailed with various designs. On both of them are what looks like figures. Some look quite happy. Others look completely tortured and getting stabbed, which is strange. Savant, can you read
Yes, I'm
Undercommon?
No.
Okay. So yeah, you just see these scribblings on the top and bottom of the door, which is currently open. And in front, you can see a chamber with a light, which is quite nice. It's this kind of huge light of faint reds and blues, kind of lighting the top and bottom with this kind of warming color. And in the center is several pillars holding up the ceiling. And you can see ahead is a door, and then to the sides are two other doors on the left and right.
Okay, so before we step into the chamber, I'm gonna keep an eye out for any traps or something
Alright.
of the sort.
Yeah, give me a investigation check.
You want to walk into the chamber?
Oh, where else are we gonna go? I mean, if we're going to explore this, it's a 10, so
10.
yes, we're fine.
You actually notice there was a trap, but it's been currently turned off.
Yeah.
As you can see, a wire, but it's completely loose and it's just hanging against the floor.
So we have a door alarm. Interesting.
Yeah, well, at least he turned it off.
Come in, come in. I've turned off all the alarms.
Alright,
I don't like to dissuade adventurers all the time, just some of the time. The ones that like to steal my treasure.
okay, sure, right.
You don't look like those sort of people, are you?
No, we would never
No.
steal anything.
Before we meet eyes, not to be disturbing, but me as the gnome, what is...
No.
Yeah, my name is Sutskar, the gnome, and you are
Zedos. Lord Zedos.
the...
Of the 198,000 step of the Titan steps. Yes, yes. Maybe. I can't remember. Maybe it was 2000.
Any particular race you decide you're from? Or have you forgotten?
Why are we talking about races? Are you racist?
No, but if you're a gnome, I can speak gnomish. If you're a giant, I can speak giant. You know, speak with a friendly term.
I'm talking common, aren't I?
But yes, but you know, it's more fun when you speak the local language.
And the door on the edge, on the other side of the room from you guys, kind of just slams open. Just. And the voice, which was echoing, is now directly ahead of you guys, as you can see the shape of a orb floating towards you guys. And as it enters into the chamber, you can see this orb has skin around it, and coming off it is several tendrils.
Oh, shit.
Welcome, welcome. So don't run, don't run. Oh, you are a gnome. You aren't lying. And a dwarf.
Yes.
You're not a Duergar, are you?
No, not a Duergar.
Nothing but friends.
I don't like them. You keep asking for things.
Right.
Wait,
Right.
wasn't there more of you? I heard other voices.
Yes. They're upstairs.
Why aren't they down? Work! I told you to bring them down.
Thank you for giving us away.
Oh, like that is like, okay, sure.
Well, they're currently making dinner. We're quite hungry after the...
Dinner? I was making dinner. Come. As he looks to one on the left, and it just swings open. I've been working in the dungeon for years.
On what, exactly? And dungeon?
Yes, this is my domain, my dungeon.
Right, it looks good. Looks good. Nice long work.
I'm still working on the traps. I'm trying to think up of some really interesting ones. I'm thinking of smashing things. Maybe fire. What do you think?
Nah, that's quite ineffective.
What do you think would kill them better? Thunder?
What is,
Lightning?
Hmm.
And his eyes start to roll. It's like,
Firework! Fireworks scares away, and is way better if adventurers are very strong.
Fireworks, explosions. Whoa.
No. Not just
And his
fireworks.
smile just like goes all the way across his face.
Down here.
Can I just whisper to to Savan?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'll just say, stop giving him ideas.
Ah! Says the. Okay, never mind. I'm not calling the pocket.
What are the rest of you doing? Because I heard some of you were following behind Serafina and Saren. You guys were following behind.
No, I was staying.
Oh, you were staying, Saren?
Yeah, I'm going in.
And Ithamore, I think you were as well, right?
Oh, Savant is gonna change his
Okay.
hand from his from holding his gun to holding his inside his pocket descending stone.
Okay. At this point, Saren, you can hear this as you're coming down the steps.
Right. So.
And you can now see, as you get to the bottom, you can see them talking with this giant eye.
So. Exactly.
Yes.
And this is your dungeon.
Yes. I am the master of this domain. It's quite great, isn't it?
Well, what are you? I could see why people think you're.
Like all the eyes look at you, like, what?
Well, I can understand why people think you're, scary, but I've seen a couple scary things.
I know, it's great. I'm scary. And it's just like giant maw of teeth. Just shows like 100 teeth.
Okay, there's only one thing. So you're making a dungeon with lots of traps, right?
Yes.
And who are you going to use it with? I mean, how many people?
The horrible people that steal my things.
Oh.
What is this to steal?
He looks at you, looks at the dwarf. Is he right in the head?
No.
Oh. It's like one eye spots you, and then the other 11 spot you as well. It's like, and then the main one sees you as well. It's like, oh, another dwarf. Are you a Durga?
Good God, no.
Oh, sorry.
Are you trying to protect yourself from Durgar?
The natives down here are very pushy.
Crap.
The Durga, the Drow, they're all very much after me and my things. I'm very famous down here. Very famous.
Well,
Very famous.
Fuck.
As someone is speaking, and drows, they're not that nice either, are they?
Horrible things, horrible things.
Yeah.
Do make deals, though. Do make deals.
Yeah, we don't like drow either.
Good for
Yeah.
treasure.
Oh my god.
Good for treasure.
Yeah, the drow just shouldn't come into this room at all. I'm just gonna use my as much of a high tone as I can.
That's even oblivious.
Only make tributes. Yes, tributes. Have you made tribute?
I can't say I've met tribute.
Have you made tribute? As he looks to you, Savant.
We did it at the door.
Was it the frog that?
You know,
Yeah.
you know when he says tribute, he means. Well, you
a
can
gift.
you can kind of guess he means a gift of some kind.
If we have brought gifts for him,
Yes, Zydos needs gifts. Tribute.
okay, shit. What do I have right now? I have rations.
I have.
I am Lord of the Domain. I demand gift.
He wants taxes.
Yes. As he's not even looking at you guys, he's looking like upwards. He's like, ha 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 ha.
I'm right there.
I have dwarven firecrackers if you want to. Some.
Like all 11 eyes. What?
Dwarven firecrackers.
What's that?
You throw them on the ground. A small explosion. Fun for all the kids.
Show me.
Is Saren right next to me right now?
She's behind you a
close
little
enough.
He hands her a musket cartridge. Basically, come on. Like, please.
All right, I'll throw it at the ground. I don't know why I have to do it, but okay.
I'm not strong enough to fucking get it to explode. We already tried this before.
He kind of jumps back a little bit. It's like, whoa, whoa. And just like flies back up to you. How many do you have? And the big eye is literally like 5 feet from you.
I can give you 10.
Acceptable gift. Yes.
And
he literally turns his back on you and is just like floating away, like kind of happily. He's like, Zip, zap, zoop. Make them comfortable. As he starts floating away, you see puffs of smoke coming from the corners of the room. And you see these tiny, almost like impish creatures, tinier than even Savant or Seraphina, or even Bubo. The tiny little things, made of both dust from what looks like sand and other pieces of rock. Another one that seems to be made of rock, but molten rock, which is kind of crackling on the outskirts. And another one which is kind of just dripping this kind of brownish liquid, which looks like some type of earth or mud. And they flap around the room and just like looking at us like, yes, we can help. Oh, we can help. Do we have to? And then the eye turns around. Yes, I said you should help them. And they'll just like turn around and fly around to you guys. Alright, what do you want? Food.
How far is it to the bottom of the? Well,
They look at each other, and then it's like counting on each of their hands, and then they go to each other's hands. This is like and get about. You gotta get past the bright light. Gotta get past the bright light. Go past the bright light.
Do you know what the bright light is?
Master's been studying it. Lord's been studying it. Owner's been studying it.
Lord, do you know what the bright light is?
He kind of just stops at the doorway at the far end, kind of turns around. Like one eye turns around on the top of his head. The light. And then his whole body turns around. And he has a very quizzical smile. It's like, why?
Well, we're not here for nothing. We're actually heading down.
And he flies up back towards you guys again.
We're actually hunting drow.
Oh. Well, good luck. Many of my imps have died through that thing.
Do you know what the light is then? To help us out so we can hunt drow and that are very bad to you?
Magic. The great is magic.
This is greatest magic.
Pure.
Pure magic?
Yes. And then the impish creatures fly around. It's like, yes, yes, yes.
Do you know what this pure magic does?
Let me think. As kind of like the eyes start to like spin around. Almost like he's attempting to like think on something, but all of them are thinking separately.
great scatterbrain lord in front of us.
I've seen several memes vanish. Some of them explode. Some of them turn into creatures.
That definitely sounds bad.
Okay, so don't go towards the light. That seems to be.
It is a beam. It's possible to get past. Just be careful.
Oh, do you know any particular way around the beam?
Straight down.
Well, that's very helpful.
Right. So question. What if it is a beam? What would happen if you like use the mirror on it?
He just starts actually laughing, which is really weird because his body is just like this giant mouth. Which is like, you die as he just like floats right in front of you. Which his mouth stinks a little. It's pretty bad.
Okay. Nope, no mirror. Got it.
Well, this has been very helpful. I think we should.
Oh,
you have been up to
you
the
said
help.
drow, right? Drow.
Yeah, we're hunting drow.
Are you here for what they were after?
Sorry.
Are you here for what they took?
Did it take any particular from you? We could help you out and take it back.
Oh, you do this for me.
Sure, you've been helpful.
Stupid Dao. Yes. They took something. A flask. No. An orb. No. A book. No. An amulet.
Well, we will return this object to you right away.
If we find it, yes.
Yeah, let's find it.
They call it. Kind of looks around for a second. It's like. Zip. What do they call it? He just looks like one of the this weird imp creatures. Like, I forgot, boss. They called it. There's the plant, kind of brownish black one that's kind of just like oozing. They called it Nightbringer. Yeah, and all three of them just like yeah.
Well, we'll definitely return this Nightbringer to you. We should start right away.
Oh, good.
Well, we need to take our leave.
Reward.
Hopefully
What can I give you?
It's to great help to you.
What do you want for it? Reward, yes.
No, you've been very helpful with just giving us information about the beam. They could kill us.
Like all the eyes kind of like shift. Like you don't want a gift. It's like fine. And just like shifts and turns around.
Well, we will take our leave now.
It's offended because he said no thank you to a game.
Right. So we're just gonna go down and I'm just gonna kill some drows, like we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the eyes flips around again. Watch out for the forest.
The bodies.
The forest.
Oh.
Okay, we will duly note that.
Oh.
It's in season.
The forest in season.
Fuck.
Well, we will be leaving now. Take care and have a nice.
Bye bye.
Yes, good. Great place. Love the dungeon.
I think you need a bit more color. It's getting quite draggy in here.
What do you think?
If you know what. Add some purple.
Yeah, purple, maybe a bit of gold. all
One of
around.
the eyes shifts color for a second, and then purple lights up the room.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
quite nice.
Hmm. Well then, my favorite companion. Let's leave and kill some drow.
Yes. Yes.
Django's just like standing at the doorway, just like, what just happened?
Just smile and nod and walk
Just
away.
don't question.
Smile and wave. Smile and
Right
wave.
away.
So this was basically the interior decorator variation of a beholder.
Yeah.
So you guys are gonna exit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and thank you, Savannah, for thinking of the firecrackers, because if Saren had to give tribute, she's actually got beholder teeth in her bag.
Oh, I could have got a name like Boots of Quickening.
Yeah.
As you guys exit,
One of the least valuable shiny things I own. Like,
Serafini, you were at the entrance, so you heard parts of that. As you could hear this voice echoing up the chamber. As well as Ifamore, you could hear that as well. And Rose just kind of just like waiting, clutching the two kites under her arm.
It's time to fly away, I think, as I'm holding the standing stone.
Yeah, I did not catch which item the Nightbringer was.
It's an amulet.
Okay.
Or was it a jar or a fish or I don't know. He didn't seem very sure.
Yes, something called the Nightbringer.
Yeah, he said a few things, but he ended up with amulet, yes.
Have they
Right.
just stolen the light switch from his bedroom?
For all we know, yes. So this the Alzheimer beholder we're gonna leave behind.
If I heard that was the first in season, I will inform Wo, who stayed outside too, right?
You told her what?
He was outside too.
Yes, Rose outside, yeah.
And if I heard the thing was the first being season, I would tell her.
Okay. I imagine you three, as you're coming up, you probably do tell everyone what you heard from this beholder.
Yep.
Yes.
First I tell her, bro, help me out with taking the kites out right now.
Getting the kites out?
Yes,
No,
but
yeah, we're going down.
Okay, yeah, the kites are in Rose's hands, so you just need to unravel them. Yes.
Eh?
You inform everyone of what happened inside.
Yes.
Yes.
Do we inform us of the weird light that does weird shit to things? I hope so.
Django's just like walking behind you, it's like, we dealt with a beholder with...
Yeah. So big flying eye with lots of extra eyes just told us there is like a huge beam of pure magic, whatever that is.
As you're talking, Senator, all of you hear... and you see three figures falling.
Huh?
Falling from...
From
Where?
from
The center of the hole, about 100 feet above you guys.
They're
Are you
just
falling
in
on
free
top
fall?
of us?
Just free fall.
Can we see what
They're-
they are?
Are they going down the middle of the shaft
Oh, no,
or
actually-
towards the edge towards us?
The center. However, one of them seems to cast something as you see a blink of light, and then all three of them stop falling.
I'm expecting
Ulan,
0 point landing. Yes.
You are currently under the fly spell as you just appear
Oh,
in the center of the tunnel.
Oh, man!
Just
Oh,
Wait,
fucking monks!
wait, what?
you're flying as
You
Daniela
always
seemed to have
fly,
cast something on you.
Can I try and do a backflip?
Yeah. You're currently floating in midair as Daniela and Booker are next to you.
Would I know what pure magic is?
Give me an Arcana check. This is going to be a tough one, although you've done a little bit of studying.
Nope.
Wow, with a 1, you still... Oh wait, no, because it was a reroll.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, which became a 10, so with an 18...
yeah.
Halfling luck! As well, I do that now. But yeah, you see these three figures about 100 feet away. Seraphina, you haven't heard that before, but it does remind you of when you were in the jungle, of what you saw in the temple, or whatever the ruin was.
That you think is a teleporter?
No.
Ulan, however,
Yeah.
you are now flying, and the two of them have brought you into the center of a giant underground tunnel, which is pitch black.
Okay.
You do have dark vision,
Really?
but you can't see either side right now. Pretty much. And you can see there are several figures down on the platform, which is slightly lit up, and a bright beacon of light thousands of feet below you.
Can I roll to see if I recognize the people down on the thing?
Sure. You do have dark vision.
Perception, I guess.
Yes, there is definitely a few of them. There's 8 of them. There's definitely a peculiar height difference between all of them, which definitely gives you a sense that you have an idea, considering there's 2 of them which are very small, and there's a few ones which are very large.
Can you see color because of the light?
You can. It's difficult considering the distance of just vision, but yes, you can definitely tell they're peculiar enough that you, considering who you deal with mostly, they're probably someone you know.
As Ulan's gonna pull out the sending stone and be guys, I have to do the accent now, don't I?
Yep.
Guys, are you in a like? Seren, can you like wave your hand in the air for me?
Yep. Still wave.
Are you? Can I see her waving her arm?
You can see someone waving an arm.
I turn to the people next to me. I say,
Yes.
I appear to have found my companions.
Ah!
And Ulan is gonna start swimming down towards them.
I like to see him like a dog paddle, basically, like as fast as he can.
But he's doing like breaststroke, but his tail is going all alligator style as well.
I'm gonna say I didn't know he could do that. He's doing a hell of a lot of that tempo.
I know.
As he's just like floating down and doing a breaststroke.
And I'm gonna end up in an awkward handstand when I reach the ground.
It's a little awkward as you do feel the wind blowing beneath you, Ulan. But you are flying, so you ignore that pretty much.
It is the Sun Elf temple you're talking about, right?
Maybe.
Alright, I will just, as I recognize the kind of weird magic thing, I will mumble Sun Elves.
As you see this dragonborn figure approaching, you can tell from the light around you guys that this is pretty much the one you remember, considering how he's flying. However, you can see 2 figures which you're pretty sure you don't know, flying behind him.
You found friends, Ulan.
Well, they more found me actually, and then sort of magically abducted me to a place that has no muffins. I'm kind of in 2 minds about it actually.
We could definitely speak with our new friend about that. I
Uh,
think we want to. I
yeah,
think we
I'm
want to
pretty
leave
sure
right now.
he could make some muffins, but no.
Wait, hang on, hold the phone. Whatever that is. Found someone who might be able to
Hold the
make
sending
muffins.
stone.
Oh, descending stone.
Well,
Well,
maybe.
he's a delightful gentleman.
Gentleman
Beholder.
beholder, yes.
Beholder, like
Yes.
big floaty eyed.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In unison, the 2 behind Ulan also go, Beholder?
And you're not dead.
He's a perfectly lovely gentleman and an excellent host.
Wait,
Surprisingly helpful.
whoa. You brought me to a place with a nice beholder in. What the hell kind of backwards world is this you brought me to?
We can speak about it as we falling down.
Did we like
Yes.
did we
He's-
like teleport spell through a fucking mirror or something?
Miss Sherwood, you sure you teleported us to the deep lands, right? Yes.
Not
You're in
like
the right
crazy
spot.
Lala backwards land.
Yeah.
Well, this is definitely the broken
You
compass.
and Senegir, like, mortal enemies
No.
now.
No.
Give it 5 minutes, bastard, to show off.
What?
Broken compass, I presume.
Yes.
As the figure behind, and you can see clearly his figure, his face, quite human, his black hair slicked back, and the white streak. And in the darkness, you guys can see very clearly these bright green eyes, which are very clearly shifting now that it's dark.
Broken Compass and friends, this is Hawkeye, Hawkstrad or something. And I believe
He kind of gives a smirk on that one. He's like,
You've brought me
Yeah.
Jeremy Renner. Excellent.
Hawkeye's close enough. And I believe you may recognise the wee lassie underneath the hood there.
who at this point her head is blown back from the wind, and you guys can see her blonde hair that's pulled back.
Oh, no.
You're like, oh wait, no. It's a pleasure again, as you now call yourselves Broken Compass. It's good to see that you're all okay.
I totally pretend that I know who she is and like, oh hi, I remember.
I think
yeah.
this was before I joined.
Yeah, it
you,
was.
So I don't
It
know
was
her.
literally 2 sessions before.
2 or 1? It's either or.
201. But yes. Ara, you're good at recognizing faces, I guess?
No.
No?
I'm just gonna pull the sending stone out to Aaron and like just go. We were supposed to go see her and she was gonna give us some stuff.
What? We're
Yeah,
supposed to
would.
go and see her and
We
she
help-
give us stuff? What?
We helped her in that like poisony temple place. Sherwood. Way back in Woodfell, when you know that time when you cock blocked me with Kaylee.
Oh.
Oh.
I go up to Ulan and I like grab his face and like inspecting it if he was damaged during the trance.
It was the time when you couldn't shower for 3 days.
Oh my.
Now he remembers.
Now he remembers.
Suddenly remember.
While this is happening, Booker, or Hawkstrad, or Hawkeye, has gone up
No,
and
not
is...
Hawk guy.
Oh, Hawkeye, yes. Has gone and is talking with Ro, as well as Junga, in whispers. And he shakes hands with Junga, with kind of like a bro hug as well.
Oh my god,
Oh,
the bro
let me
hugging.
guess, you're at the Ashen Temple table, something people.
Ro just kind of like gives a kind of like death stare at Hawkeye now. You told him already. Yes.
Well, I mean, he mentioned like 3 words and explained nothing and then abducted me.
Kinda. Well, that makes things easier, doesn't it? Rose just like, As I said to your friend Ulan, yes, we're from a group. I think Rose probably said at least something to you all. We are here to deal with the problem below, which I'm sure you all are here to deal with as well. And with that, I thought it was a good idea that they knew Ro. They don't know all of the details, but enough that we're going down to hell.
He doesn't know all the details either. Just, throwing that out there.
You do know that we're going down to meet with Arkin, though, so...
If he's standing, I get to hit him.
Oh,
showing the queue last.
Right, I get to hit him as well. As he kind of just looks with kind of a smile on his face at Ro. It's like, I do owe him from last time, don't I? Ro just gives him a look. It's like, I don't know what happened between the two of you, but
I imagine it had something to do with him being a smug bastard. Just a guess.
Nice to know he's not the we're not the only ones he's annoyed.
well, it was a fight we had. It's nothing too bad.
I think perhaps before we do anything involving
Yes.
meeting extra people, perhaps some of those answers you promised me could be.
Oh, right, after we... details.
Does anybody want my raisins?
Alright, I'll have some reasons. If you're be nicer if they were in a muffin, but you know.
I'll make them taste like muffins.
Oh, thank you. You're a good friend, Aaron.
Rose just kind of turns from Hawkstrad to you guys. What did Master Hawkstrad mean to give you details about?
Well, he seems to think that we can be of assistance with the situation, but was not exactly forthcoming on any details whatsoever. But he seemed to have...
In my defense, we were going through a teleportation.
In your defense, you ushered me over into a corner, and then suddenly we were here. So, you know, answers now.
It was fun though. Alright, I will give you some details while we're here. Although she looks at the archway, it's like,
Maybe we should move on a bit. This isn't a good place to stop.
main detail you need to know. What happened in King's Arch is happening on a greater scale down there. And worst of all, it seems that the Illithid are involved.
When you say the thing in King's Arch, you mean abducting Ithelmore? Or
The
whoever
Rift.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this place is kind of ripping itself apart.
The insects we fought as we were gliding down, those were the same as the ones we saw coming out of the rift in King's Arch.
Oh, the scary sky suckbugs. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fortunately, there isn't many that have made it this far, but if they're here, I'm concerned about below.
And you say the illicit, or whatever it was, the
Call
squiddly
them
guys?
mind flayers, if
Mind
it's
flayers,
easier.
Right. The squiddlies, you say that they're connected to the guy's opening.
Considering we found one above, dealing with
Well,
the giants, I'm
See, when
certain.
we were in the Tig, and we encountered the avatar and whatnot of Loth, her priestess ladies were a little bit squiddly faced. I don't know.
They were.
I don't know. If
Booker
that...
is very concerned, considering this is the first time he's heard of this. It's like, Avatar?
I told
Of
you
Wolf.
about that before
Yeah.
you abducted me. Pay attention.
We might have pissed her off.
With I was telling you, tidal wave of spiders. Avatar of Loth, Tig, explosion.
But the transmutation, the priests were also transformed as
They-
well.
They had tentacles.
Yeah, they were like squiddly
They
faced.
looked like drow, but they had the sort of tentacly
Tentacle,
bits
yeah.
of...
Then their influence is further than I thought in the deep lands. They've also converted some of the drow. Which means the Durgar may also be influenced as well. Great.
And
Tentacle
There's
Durga,
there's
that's gross.
giants that attacked the
the behemoths.
yeah, the behemoths with the squiddly tentacle butts, but also what were the wee little bastards that were with the
I
giants?
think they were corrupted Duragar, or they looked like them. Or no, wait, you called those Grimlocks, right?
Grimlocks. Yes.
Grimlocks. That's the thing. Yeah.
Those are plentiful in the Underdark, but
Not to mention, there's literally was an illithid with the giants.
he turns to Ro.
Just as
Jenga, did you ever explain why you got captured?
I did tell you I was scouting out the giants, as we did have some idea that they were being influenced. Not this far, though. It seems they have greater control over their minds, which is not good considering what they can already do.
Did you have any encounters with the illithid before we killed him?
No, fortunately. I would have been dead, or worse.
Mind fleed, I presume, whatever that means.
Whatever that means. He apparently arrived close to when you arrived, which is, I can say, lucky. So thank you. Again.
just as a question, do you by chance know if there's some kind of book involved?
Ro narrows her eyes. I am 99% sure that we're dealing with one of the books of Ender.
Alright.
Another one, or the same one that we saw in King's Arch?
The
Could
books
be
of,
another one.
books of what? Sorry? Not sure.
Basically, an old companion of ours had a scary book, and some halfling secretary guy used it to open a portal, and monsters came flying out of the sky, and hell appeared on Earth, and we had to shoot things, and we saved the world, basically.
Talking about details, we haven't been sharing everything. Mainly as we haven't managed to properly assess you all, but...
Ulan does a theatrical gasp.
We've been told from might as well, Oracle, that we're dealing with at least 5 books.
At least 5?
At least. You've already seen one that was taken from King's Arch. This is supposedly another.
Are they 5 identical books, or is it like a series of 5?
We're not sure, although this is different from the other one that your companion had.
Right. And what exactly is a Book of Ender when it's at home? Aside from a big, scary, world-ending, sky-opening book, obviously.
From what we can tell, and what we saw in King's Arch, there's some type of focus component for creating a gateway for whatever that thing was. And you'll remember at least hearing the noise of whatever was coming through that rift.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, whoever was using the book didn't have the materials to keep it open. What I'm concerned about is down here there is plentiful amounts of energy, especially if illithid are involved.
I
And
wonder if this is
drow.
where he ended up, because he jumped into the portal in the ground at the end.
I imagine he wound up wherever the bug things were coming from. And they weren't coming from here, they appeared to be coming to here. So...
And Book is still kind of concerningly looking at Ro at this point. Is this why you called me? How many others have been called? Rose kind of looks at him. I don't know. At least 5 of us, maybe 6. And if she turns to you guys, if you're interested in helping, we're probably gonna need it.
Well, we're here, we might as well.
And she turns down and looks at the light. First, we gotta get past that.
Yes, don't
What
step
is-
into the light.
What light? What? What's with the glowy?
Point over the edge.
Yeah.
And you can see this speck of light that you saw when you were falling down. You only got a glimpse of it, especially because of the trying to adjust to the light. But now that you're looking at it, from this distance, it's barely smaller than the size of a fingernail. But what you can tell from it is that the light is fluctuating. It's almost got a pulse to it, and whenever it pulses, it shifts color ever so slightly. Still with a very strong light of white, but almost streaks of different colors seem to shimmer through it.
Is it like cycling through one color at a time, or is it like more like a rainbow
It's
effect?
very much random, and they're not even constant. It's intermittent. Sometimes it's red, sometimes it's then blue purple, then it's red again sometimes, and then it's a mixture of various colors. Seraphina, you have another look down, and now that you've heard whatever that thing was in the inside the archway, pure magic. That and what you know of what the Elven Ruins had, this might be something you've been reading about.
I did write down the tiny, smaller information you gave about sun elves and temples and sunwalkers.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody here, by chance, know? I'm not entirely sure if it's related, but about sun elves.
Booker's eyes light up. You've read about them.
We went into a temple in the Emerald Sea, and
Okay.
I did try to find some information on it, but there was not much.
He kind of steps up, grabs one of your hands. It's like, oh, and then kind of looks at the edge, and then kind of just goes looks at you again. He's like, oh.
Was that the temple with the magicite colors and stuff?
Yes.
And he's bending down to grab one of your hands, and you can see this weird coloration of his eyes, which is still shifting currently. And looking at you, he does give a slight twist of an eyebrow. It's like, oh. And then looks back at the side again, towards where the light is, and it's like, I think I know what we're dealing with. Miss Seraphina, have you ever heard of a ley line?
Sure.
And we're going to end the session there.
Is it that